Hey everybody, it's Kimberly Moore with the DVC team. I'm here again with Aaron Oliver from Annex Loans, and we're going to go over conventional loans today. So Aaron, I'm going to just jump right in here. Can you tell me what the percentage down would be needed for a conventional loan?
Sure. A lot of people think that you need 20% down. There are banks out there, smaller banks more than likely, that require 20% down. And then a lot of times people think you have to have 20% down because a long time ago you did have
Right.
But you can get 3% financing, 3% down financing for conventional, 3, 5, the lowest being 3%. There are down payment assistance programs that you can hack onto the conventional financing.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay.
But on a regular conventional mortgage, 3% down would be the minimum. Depending, on credit scores and whatnot, there are some types of programs at 3% down. There are income guidelines, but there are regular 3% down conventional programs.
Okay. So number two would be for appraisal purposes. I know that conventional loans are a little bit more relaxed than, say, FHA or rural development.
They are.
VA.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of times sellers, if you're looking to buy a home, sellers really like to see a conventional pre-approval.
Yeah.
Because they know that the peeling paint or a handrail or a deck board that needs to be replaced doesn't have to be done.
Correct.
It's kind of sold as is, cosmetically.
Yep.
So there are a lot less restrictions on the appraisal for conventional, and then also you have with associations. A lot of times with townhomes and condos especially, there are associations that don't allow like FHA financing.
Okay.
To come through. They're not FHA approved. So that's where conventional is very important.
And would be due to like peeling paint or something like that, and they're not going to go over and do 20 different units for that one.
Correct.
Right. Yep. Okay. So number three, what is the requirements as far as debt to income ratios and the credit scores for conventional?
Sure. Conventional financing has it's more strict in regards to debt to income ratios than VA or FHA. So generally they like to see a 45% back end debt to income ratio. Sometimes with good credit scores and maybe a larger down payment, we can see up to 50%. Whereas VA loans and FHA loans, I could see 56, 57% at times. So conventional is a little more strict when it comes to that.
Oh, okay.
Credit scores I've seen down to 640. You need some compensating factors, bigger down payment or whatnot for down to a 640 or 660 credit score.
That's where that down payment assistance would come in handy, right?
700 is a nice score for a conventional mortgage.
Okay.
You'd really kind of want a 700 or above, but you can get down to 660 or 640 depending on the scenario.
Okay. The good thing about this one is the mortgage insurance. That seems to be on all of them.
Yes. So mortgage insurance in regards to conventional financing can be difficult to understand sometimes. Everybody believes that conventional financing would be the best for mortgage insurance, which generally speaking it is, because it does come off at some point in time. It's not on there for the life of the loan. But it does vary. There's not just a simple percentage for mortgage insurance. It's not just 50.5% annually. It could be high, it could be low, depending on credit score and down payment. So if you have 15% down and a 780 credit score, your mortgage insurance will be very, very low. If you have 3% down and a 680 credit score, your mortgage insurance might be quite high. But keep in mind that it's not on there for the life of the loan either. So
it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, but
so that's where you would talk to somebody like me. Just give me a call.
Absolutely.
And we can go over it to determine what is the best route. Because if you're looking to buy a home for the first time, a lot of people will say you have to go conventional. That's just the only way because the mortgage insurance comes off at some point. Sometimes it's better to go an FHA loan. Depending on your credit score and down payment. So that's where the conversation is really important to have between you and I and everything else in regards to the home.
And I know you guys have heard me say this before. Listen, I don't want to tell you this stuff because if I tell you, you'll remember, and I'm probably not going to be right. That's why I depend on Aaron to give you the straight scoop on everything. And as confusing as it is, Aaron's very good at explaining it. So if you need any extra information about that, by all means, get a hold of me, get a hold of Aaron, and find out for yourself. I mean, everybody's is different, obviously.
Every
Credit
scenario is
score.
different.
Yeah, right. So, but do get that information from the right person.
It's literally only a 5-minute call. And
I,
I can go through so much stuff in 5 minutes.
yeah. And I know, just kind of off the beaten path, but a lot of people don't want to ask questions or fill out the application because they're so afraid that it's going to drop their credit score, or
Yeah.
they already checked it with somebody else. So what is the rule of thumb is that if someone's already checked it?
I've from what I understand, you have 45 days
Okay.
with mortgage pulls to not affect your credit score.
Okay.
What I say is there's only one way to find out. I mean, you need to find out if you're looking to buy a home, you need to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And somebody like me can tell you, if by pulling your credit, can tell you absolutely everything you need to do to plan, to set goals. Sometimes in regards to the mortgage insurance, like I said, your credit score changes mortgage insurance monthly. So if you have a 700 credit score, for example, and I pull your credit and I see that you can get your credit score up to a 760 in 3 days, I can tell you exactly what to do by maybe paying down a credit card by $200. That could save you, depending on the loan amount and everything else. I mean, maybe it could save you $100 a month when buying a home. But if you do that the day you want to put an offer on a home and you want to close in 30 days, you may not have time to fix your credit
Right,
score.
right.
So I would say if you're looking to purchase a home 2 to 3 months in advance before you're actually going to set a goal of being in a home,
Yeah.
I would say 3 months before you want to be into a home, that's when you want to get your credit score pulled.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. I mean, it's, and I always tell people, it doesn't hurt. A lot of buyers will come to me and they've already been pre-qualified and they don't really know that they got the best deal, but they're afraid. That's why I said, and I always say, it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion.
Yes.
It may help you, like you said. This last person may not have told them, hey, if you just pay this down to $30 or whatever, this
See
is
it
going
all
to
the
give you
time.
so much. Right, exactly. Buying power. But just kind of off topic, but I wanted to go over it.
Sure.
So what is the limit for a conventional loan? Because I thought, layman, hey, doesn't matter. It can cost, it can be as high as it wants to be, but evidently not.
Well, there's a non-conforming and a conforming.
Okay.
So a conforming conventional mortgage goes up to $484,350. Anything above that is considered a jumbo loan or non-conforming, and the rules and guidelines are completely different there. So, so if you're above that, we can go over jumbo loan information.
Okay.
But you don't see a lot of that.
Is that going to actually change as far as interest, or if you go to a jumbo loan?
Yeah, they have a completely different investors and guidelines.
Okay.
So yes, the interest rate may change. It could go down. It could go up. Okay. Mortgage insurance change. Everything is just a whole different beast.
All right. So, okay, we've gone on over all the loans, and if you have any questions about any of them, please let me know. You can drop it in the little box below or get a hold of me. Call Aaron Oliver at Amec Loans, and we're more than happy to help you. I think that's kind of a wrap. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.